Well, Greg Luer, a big welcome to Woking Football Club.
Thank you.
You've been playing in some of the trial matches, so when was your first contact with Woking and how did it come about?
I'd say about 3 to 4 weeks ago when Nicky Wheeler, he told me he was going to sign here. I obviously asked for a meeting with Dowse, sat down with him, and I liked everything he said, and it's gone on from there really. I've trained, I've played, and yeah, it sounds all positive to me, so...
Oh, so that's interesting that you know Nicky, because I know that you're from the Brighton area, and obviously I know Nicky is as well, so because I was thinking, you've got an instant car school there, haven't you?
Yeah, we do, we come up, we share the drive, we do one each every week, so there's about 3 times we'll have to travel, so...
Right. Have you ever played with him at all?
Yeah, it wasn't for long, it was back when Burgess Hill, I think he was only there for 2 months,
right.
At the end of one of the seasons when I broke through. So we've played a little bit together, but we're friends anyway. We knew each other.
Okay.
Other than football.
Right. So if we go back to how it all began, you grew up in the Brighton area, and you played for various clubs, but then you found yourself at Burgess Hill somehow, and it all happened from there, really, didn't it? You were a teenager, and you got in the first team fairly quickly. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. I was captain the under-18 side. We won the league. Got to cup finals, and then I broke into the first team from there really, and just worked my way in, and became probably one of the main players in a team where we went unbeaten and won the league. And then that season, halfway through, Hull City came in, and you can't turn that down. That's obviously a fun stream.
You had a sort of fairly frenetic few weeks there, didn't you? Because you did a trial with Oxford United, Hull City offered you a deal, and then you had Brighton interested as well, all in about a week or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was mental. I went up and trialled for Oxford, done well, pretty much agreed to sign there, and then I remember probably the night before I signed, Hull City came in on the phone and said, "Look, we want you to come up here, we want you to sign." And that's obviously no, you can't turn down a Premier League club at the time. That's my dream. That was my dream at the time. And then probably a day after, Brighton then offered me a trial. So yeah, it was like 3 clubs in the space of 3 days. I just had to pick the best one for me.
And Hull were actually offering you a contract, not a trial?
That's it, that's what made my decision, yeah.
Yeah. And during your time up there, you went out on loan to 3 different clubs, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and made your debuts in league football and first goals and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What sticks out in your memory about any of those loans?
The first one, I was only at Hull for a month before I went, and it was all a bit daunting for me, like going to a new place after just moving away from home. And it was just, every experience is a good experience. Like I learned from going to Hull to Port Vale the difference in the leagues, like the training facilities and stuff like that. But I think it built me up for my next loans, which was then Scunthorpe and then Stevenage. And I think, it prepared me for them too, which I really enjoyed.
Right. And I think you're on record as having said that you were a little bit homesick when you first went up there.
Yeah.
And I've also heard you say, which I found personally quite interesting, that you're quite a shy person. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a shy person. Everyone that knows me knows. When I get to know new people, I'm shy, and then once I know them a bit more, I open up a little bit. But
so as you say, moving from Brighton to Hull, and then only a very few weeks later getting sent down to Port Vale, when you were not in the best of states of mind, maybe, but you've done well to meet that challenge. Yeah,
I think I did well. The first 2 weeks when I went up to Hull was hard. That's the first time I've been away from my parents, and it's all across the other side of the country, so it's not like they can jump in a car and come and see me. And then, like I said, 2 weeks later I was off to Port Vale, and everything was so new to me at the time. My head wasn't really in the best place when I went there, but like I said, it's character building, it's built me up, and it's prepared me for everything since.
And you're playing for Burgess Hill as a teenager, and then 2 days later, 3 days later, a week later, whatever it was, you're training with Michael Dawson and Tom Huddleston and Jake Livermore, England international.
I know, yeah, it's mental.
That must have made your head spin.
It was crazy. It was literally, I remember speaking to my friends and telling them I was standing next to these players on the pitch, like asking myself what I'm doing here, like a bit starstruck. So used to watching these players on TV. But they made me into better players, and they're really nice lads. And once you know them in a friendly way, you realise that they're just human beings at the end of the day. So yeah, it's a good experience.
That's good to know. Good to hear. So how have you ended up from Hull City to Woking in the National League South?
It was a decision I made, football based. The last 2 years at Hull haven't been my best years. I've lost a bit of confidence. I haven't had a run of games. I've been injured. So I'm just want to go somewhere where I'm going to enjoy my football, play some games, score some goals, get back to how I was when I first went to Hull, how I was at Burgess Hill. And I think that's the best place here.
Because you've been from Burgess Hill to the Premier League to the League South, and you're still only 23.
I know, yeah, still young.
That seems like a remarkably mature attitude to take, to say, well, I'll rebuild at a lower level. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I've got good people around me that give me good advice. I've spoken to my parents who've known how I felt the last 2 years. I haven't really enjoyed my football as much as I should have. Confidence have gone. So it was like a group decision really, my girlfriend that I made. Spoke to my friends about it. I just need to enjoy football, get back to how I was, and that's how I get the best out of me, and that's how hopefully I can go back up.
Well, I'm going to say that I consider that it's quite a compliment that you would choose to believe that you can achieve that here at Woking, and let's hope you do. Let's just find out a little bit more about you as a football player. I've seen you described as a centre forward. Is that accurate?
It's funny because I got signed from Hull as a winger / number 10 / forward. We had a system where we kind of rotated around the front. And then when I went to Hull, I must have been signed as a number 9 because that's the only position I played. I mean, I can do it, but I prefer being on the ball in the number 10, wide, running at people, rather than having my back to goal. So right. I can do all three, but I'd rather the 10 and the wide position.
And you didn't you play on the right against Fleet?
Yeah, I played right. No, I played number 10 against Fleet, and then on the right against Wimbledon.
Right. And you scored against Fleet?
Yeah.
So you have opened your account for Woking, even though it won't count, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's a pre-season friendly. So
I'll take it.
Yeah, you've shown you know where to go. I got a picture of that, didn't I? Come to think of it. Yeah. Right. So once again, welcome to Woking Football Club, Greg. Thanks for your time this afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you score as many goals as you want to score yourself.
Thank you very much.